The moment a founder steps into the world trying to convince others with a pitch, something powerful slips away. And it's not just lost deals or missed opportunities. It's the very spark that made them a founder in the first place. The grind of forcing someone to listen, to buy, to say yes, drains energy, kills authenticity, and reduces brilliance into a script. But what if the best founder doesn't chase approval or validation with a pitch? What if instead they pull people in, as if by a force no one can resist? Founders carry a crushing weight, nights stained with doubt, that gnawing nag inside, whispering, "Are you enough? Will they see it like you do?" Early mornings exploded by rejection, meetings that numb the soul, trying to mold an idea that lives in chaos into something palatable, something safe. The world screams that you must convince, that words must fit into boxes, that you owe people a rehearsed story, a perfect slide deck, a catchy hook. But all that noise only drowns out what matters: the raw energy, the vision, the unshakable fire that only you have. The truth is, the world's system is rigged. It feeds on pitches because it craves control. It wants to package, label, ready-to-eat ideas instead of wild, untamed sparks. Pitches are a chain. Sure, you might win the nod today, but how long before you start dressing your vision to please others and forget who you are? When did telling your story become selling a product? The best founders break free from the expectations, the formats, the scripts. They don't beg attention. They magnetize it. They don't ask for faith. They make faith inevitable. Pulling means owning your power, without apology. It starts with relentless clarity about who you are and what you're building. Not in buzzwords or trends, but in naked truth. Founders who pull don't pitch a product. They create an experience so real and vivid that others can't help but lean in. When a founder stands grounded in their purpose, energy flows out of them like electricity. The world tunes in, feels that charge, and wants to be a part of it. You don't need to explain every detail or defend every feature. You reveal enough for people to see the vision inside you and want to run with it. Here's the brutal but liberating secret. Pitching is a mask founders wear when they don't trust the power inside their authenticity. They think that if they just polish the story better, make their slide deck prettier, speak slicker, they'll finally break through. But that's a trap. It's like trying to catch fire in a glass bottle. The flame can't breathe. What breathes life into your idea is raw energy, your hunger, the struggle, the scars you carry. When you pull instead of pitch, you invite people into your world. You make them curious, excited, hungry to know more. Not because you told them to buy, but because they feel the pull of your genuine belief. How you pull matters. This isn't about charisma or being loud. Pulling is subtle but fierce. It doesn't happen in a pitch meeting. It happens long before that, in every step you take. The relentless pursuit of your vision, the fearless sharing of your failures, the unwavering commitment to your mission beyond all logic. Founders who pull build gravity around themselves by making their story visible in every choice they make, not just in rehearsed speeches, but in daily, unfiltered action. And here's something even more powerful. Pulling builds trust faster than any pitch ever could. Because the world is tired of polished facades that crumble under pressure. People want to see the real fight, the vulnerability, the human behind the idea. Pulling creates a magnetic field around you, a place where the right investors, partners, team members aren't just convinced to say yes, they are drawn in, almost like dust to a flame. And when they come toward you freely, without being pushed, they bring energy, resources, commitment that a cold pitch could never ignite. If you lean into pitching, you stay stuck in the system's game, a game designed to fragment, to commodify, to make you just another product in a sea of noise. But pulling shatters that game. It's disruptive by nature because it's real, it's rare, and it demands the world meet you on your terms. It wakes the few from the zombie trance of conforming and allows them to become fully alive, fully seen, fully aligned with the founder's vision. Pulling demands something founders rarely admit: vulnerability wrapped in iron will. It's about exposing your soul, knowing it might get burned, but trusting that the right people will value the fire. It's about letting go of control, for real, and inviting connection that feels messy, unpredictable, but infinitely more powerful than a controlled pitch. This is the dance most founders avoid because it's terrifying. But this is where transformation happens, not just for the founder, but for every person pulled into that gravity field. Every founder should ask themselves, is it worth living a borrowed life, shaped for others' approval? Or is it time to unleash the authentic force inside? Because the world isn't waiting for perfect pitches. It's starving for the radical, the restless, the rare. The top founder screams without words. They don't pitch for time, they pull for lifetimes. They don't sell a product, they spark a movement. Pulling also means becoming a beacon for your people. Not because you shout louder, but because your energy simply can't be ignored. It's not about forcing attention. It's about embodying a vision so deeply, so fiercely, that others can't resist joining the orbit. This magnetism is not magic, it's cultivated. Every founder who pulls relentlessly questions their reality, sheds the comfort zone, battles the urge to conform, and embraces the wild unknown. Here's the promise hard to accept. Pulling doesn't bring shortcuts. It demands patience because real power is forged slow. The best founders play the long game. They understand that pulling the right people takes time and fierce alignment. Not everyone who approaches belongs in their universe, and that's a strength, not a weakness. Being selective is a part of pulling. It protects your energy and creates true synergy, the kind that moves mountains, tears down old systems, births something next level. Reject the idea that you're on your own. Pulling builds networks, but not networks of noise. Networks of essence, those few whose fire burns as hot as yours. These people connect not just to a project, but to each other's becoming. Here lies the real revolution. Connection between rare souls ready to remake the future. Founders who pull summon these collaborators naturally because they don't beg for noise. They invite transformation. The flow of pulling is different. It's not transactional. You don't ask permission or bargain for a deal. You unleash authentic energy that makes others want to invest. An investment in you, in the vision, in what's possible beyond the tired old systems. Investors watch and feel this energy. When founders pitch, investors watch polish. When founders pull, investors feel the pulse. Which one ignites belief? Which one sparks action? Pulling requires ruthlessness, but it's not cruelty. It's clarity. It's the fierce decision to hold your ground, to refuse to dilute your vision just to fit someone else's box. It's saying no to comfort, no to consensus, no to the illusion that making things easier or quicker is the answer. Real founders pull knowing the path is lonely but wondrous because it's theirs. They build with precision, and they attract only those who belong, not just anyone. This approach flips every old script. It invites founders to stop trying to please and start being. Being magnetic, being raw, being fearless. Pulling pulls the energy back inside. The founder becomes the center of their own world, not a pleaser on the edges. That energy is wild. It's contagious. It's proof that the founder doesn't need to sell their vision. They channel it, and the world floods in. This is the ultimate power. When a founder truly pulls, they don't raise money. They raise belief. They don't close deals. They ignite movements. They don't pitch. They connect. Connection that is unshakable because it's forged in the fire of truth, authenticity, and vision beyond anything polite or rehearsed. Listen carefully. Pitching keeps founders playing a game not made for them. Pulling shatters that game and rewrites the rules. The founders who pull become legends not because they talked the loudest, but because they lived the loudest. They don't waste energy begging for attention. They command it by being real, by being rare, by refusing to conform. So for the founder watching this now, feeling buried by scripts, rejected by rehearsals, worn out by pitches, hear this. The power to pull others near rests not in clever words, but in unleashing your truth like wildfire. It's time to stop pitching to survive and start pulling to thrive. To build a wild, relentless, magnetic vision so alive that the right people can't help but fall into orbit. Founders, the world is not waiting for another watered-down pitch. It craves your revolution, the unfiltered, unapologetic, unrelenting version only you can deliver. Pull, and everything changes. The energy shifts, doors open, allies appear, movements begin. The power to remake the future isn't in a pitch deck, it's in your fire. Use it.